everybody for coming out this evening. We really appreciate it. And thank you, Community First, for putting this on for us. It's fantastic to work together to help educate the community on different digital aspects of the internet. This is going to be a really eye-opening venture for all of you tonight. I can promise you that. So before we get started, a little bit about me. My name is Tommy Hobin. I am a Jacksonville native. I received my master's degree in internet marketing in 2010, and I'm the director of internet marketing at DiscoverTech. At DiscoverTech, we do website development and design, IT solutions for small to medium and large-sized businesses. And on the marketing side, we do search engine optimization, pay-per-click advertising, email marketing, social media, geofencing, the gamut. And we also do video production, as you can see our video producers here this evening. So let's get started. All right. During this talk, I want you to think about the story of Google Analytics. Google Analytics is a free program that you put on the back end of your website, and it literally can tell you the story of who is coming to your website, where they're coming from, what they're doing on the website, and whether they are converting or not. So again, I'll mention the story numerous times during this talk, but keep it in mind, we're not looking at just one statistic. It's not open up Google Analytics and say, oh wow, I had 20 more people come to the website today than yesterday. All right, and turn it off. You want to structure a story behind who is coming to the website so you can make actionable goals on your website, but also offline, like at events or traditional marketing. And we'll talk about today the different ways that you can find out who those people are and tell the story behind Google Analytics. So why use Google Analytics? One of the first things you can do is track user behavior. You can find out what people are doing on your website at every single move that they make. You can also make better decisions online. We'll talk about different ways that you can make better decisions on how to design your website, as well as where to spend the dollars so you can get a true return on investment on your ad spend. We're also going to talk about understanding your audience. You'd be amazed by how many people think a specific audience is coming to their website, but when they look at Google Analytics, they find that it's somebody completely different, and they can make specific actionable goals based on that. And the last and most important thing, which is what I think is the most interesting, and it is to see if you're capturing leads. So again, Google Analytics is free. It's from Google. It's a code snippet. You put it on your website, and within seconds, you can actually see people coming to the website. So we're going to take a look at different aspects of Google Analytics that you can look at to build this story of who is coming to your website. So what we're looking at here is what we call the audience overview. This is a screenshot from Community First Credit Union. DiscoverTech does all the search engine optimization for Community First Credit Union, and on a regular basis, we track how many people are coming to the website so that we know if what we're doing is working on a month-to-month, quarter-to-quarter, and year-over-year basis. So let's see what we're looking at. Can anybody tell me what these ebbs and flows are within here? The time of the day and the week. So what do you think the downward weekend? That's right. And that's what we can see right away. So you can see that on Fridays or on Mondays, specific days, we can decide just from this one screenshot, just from this one capture, we can say, oh, we find that on Thursdays, most people come to the website. Okay, well let's start working with information on those specific days. We can also look at this information and say, okay, this is all of quarter one, of 2015, we can compare this to all of Q1 of 2014 and see if the different marketing campaigns and efforts that we're doing are actually functioning. So I pulled this slide, not from Community First Credit Union, from a local HVAC company. Does anybody see any kind of increase or decrease that is noticeable just based on this chart?
Holidays are pretty empty.
Holiday, that's correct. What else? This website went down. Can somebody show me where that happened? Right there. Within 2.5 minutes, we had the owner of the company on the phone saying, your website is down and we need to do something about it. They were in Disney World for a week. And so that's a full week. But nonetheless, we were still able to recognize right away that there is something that needs to be done. And that's what's great about Google Analytics, is that you can look at these statistics and find how many people are coming to the website, but also the health of your website. Now, getting a little bit deeper, we have talked about how many people come to your website. The next thing is you can actually look at gender demographics. Google's algorithm is set up to track you every single move you make, and it recognizes on whether or not you're male or female. So what you're able to do is, if you find that more people are coming in who are female or more people who are coming in are male, you can decide what kind of campaigns to run, events to go to, what your voice should be. You can decide all the way down to what the logo looks like. Now, it's very high level, but if you see a massive skew, if you see 80 or 90% of the people are coming to who are male or female, you can start moving your message toward that demographic. But watch how we start to combine these things and stack them all together to write that story about the website so that you can better build campaigns to your audience. The next thing we can look at are age demographics. So we can see here, from 45 to 54, we get 21% of the people are coming in who are that age. We can then recognize that 55 to 64 is the next tier down, and from that, 25 to 34. So what we can look at with this is, well, we can definitely speak to our major market who are coming in, who are the 45 to 54, but if we want to start targeting that 25 to 34 range, we need to think of something different to maybe target them specifically. And I don't know if y'all have recognized the emojis on the website, on the billboards. That is part of that thought process. It's not the entire thing. They don't take this number and say, emojis, let's do it. It is a piece of the story that they have put together to help build better campaigns. The next thing we can look at are locations. So we can actually see where they're coming in from. We see Jacksonville, Jacksonville Beach, Lakeside, St. Augustine, Fruit Cove, goes all the way down to Orlando, Palm Beach. We can actually look and find where people are coming in from. Now, for Community First Credit Union, of course, we're looking at targeting Northeast Florida. But if you have a specific service or product that could go across the entire state, or the southeastern United States, the US, or global, you can actually look at specific areas geographically where people are coming into town or coming to your website. And what that can do is help you decipher, are you in the right market? So what if you're advertising to Jacksonville and find out that all of your true clients are coming in from Ocala? Well, shoot, maybe you should open up a brick and mortar in Ocala. Or maybe you should start running advertising in that small market. Those are the things that Google Analytics shows you. The other thing could be is, opening a location, or if you're in the wrong side of town, maybe find out that most people are coming in from somewhere else and you can move locations or you can start advertising elsewhere. But there's the story. That's how we can compile all this information. Now, we can't get somebody's name. You can get that from Facebook. You can't get somebody's name, but you can find out the gender, the age, and where he or she is from. And that helps you build that story of analytics. So now you know how many people are coming in, and you can build a persona, a person, based on who that is. It gets better. So, with Google Analytics, we can also see who's coming in from desktop, who's coming in from mobile, and who's coming in from tablets. Now, this is a really big deal, and let me show you some, or I'll call out some interesting numbers here. Who all has the Community First Credit Union banking app? All right. It's a fantastic app. You can check your accounts. It is great. You can check your accounts. You can shift money back and forth between accounts. You can upload checks. What I like about it a lot is that you can go in and actually see deposits versus money going out, and you can do kind of a broad, high-level budgeting based on it. Not great budgeting, but you can look and see what's going in and out. It's an excellent application. Well, most websites get between 30 and 40% of their audience is coming through a mobile device, which is quite a bit. What we recognized is that when we launched the application for Community First Credit Union, this number with mobile dropped down significantly to 17%. So we have 31% who are coming in new, which means they don't have the application. Those are what we can guess are non-members, but from 30% down to 17%. So we can take that and say, okay, the application is working. People are downloading the application and using that compared to going to the bank or going to the bank website. So it helps us understand our key performance indicators, the things that say, that's working. The other great thing about it is if you find that 60 or 70% of people are coming in through a mobile device and your website is not optimized for that, then you need to give them that better experience. I mean, think about it. We are always glued to our phones all the time. And if you Google something and find a service or product and the website is not optimized, you might leave right away because there's going to be 700 people below you that offer the exact same product or service. And if you're on your phone and they offer a better experience, they have a better chance of coming in as a client or a potential client for you. So it helps you understand also how they're coming into your website. Now this is a big deal here, and I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this. This goes over what we call channels. And in the book, you have small definitions on channels. The first is direct traffic. So an example of direct traffic is when you're on a desktop computer or on your cell phone and you type FAC, then Facebook's going to pop up. You're going to push enter and go into Facebook. That is a direct visit. If you have direct visits, it might mean that you have better branding. It might mean that you have more boots on the ground with a sales team. If you're going out to chamber meetings or NEFBA or any kind of trade association meetings and you see this number going up, that's people who have typed in your website URL. That is your direct traffic. The next piece is organic search. Organic search is an example. Let's say somebody comes in from Chicago or St. Louis or Atlanta and they move to Jacksonville and they want to open a bank account here in Jacksonville, but they don't want to deal with a bank, they'd rather deal with a credit union. So they're going to type in something like best credit unions Jacksonville, credit unions in Jacksonville. Some people even call out in Siri credit unions near me. That's becoming more and more popular. If you show up on the first page of of Google and they click on your site, we're going to recognize that here in organic search. Now the last two pieces I think for all of you are the most important. That is referral traffic and paid search. So you all have or are looking to start your own businesses, which means that everybody's gunning for your dollars. All marketers are going to go out there. People from Yellow Pages, Jacksonville.com, they're just going to call you and the second you say, sure, I'll talk to you, they're not going to leave you alone. And then if you buy into what they're selling, then they're going to come in every month or every quarter and they're going to have a sheet that says things are going awesome. And they're going to tell their story around their analytics to you. Referral traffic and recognizing your referral traffic gives you leverage against people like Jacksonville.com and Yellow Pages and all the different marketers who are trying to sell you their products to say, actually this is not working, this is working, and you can start shifting budget. So this is kind of what that looks like. Let's say we have all these different places that you can buy advertising or spend your time on, and you can look and see whether or not through Google Analytics is it working. So if the folks from Yellow Pages come in and say, oh, you got 100,000 impressions in July, and you're like, I don't know what that means. And they said, yeah, and you got 62 hits, and you're like, okay, that sounds good. And you got 115 visits to your website. And you're like, that's not what Google Analytics says. Google Analytics tells me that I got 15 visits to the website, and they stayed on my website for a total of 4 seconds each. I don't think this is working out. And that really helps out to understand and give you leverage to shift budget into things that would be working. The other piece is based on paid traffic, and we'll be going over that when we talk about the full return on investment. Okay, so we've gotten your potential audience to your website. Now what? Now what do we look at? When they're on your website, we can actually see that they come into the home page. Then the next thing they look at is personal banking, online banking. And then they also look at this specific ad here as well as personal banking. So we're able to take the top 5, 10, 400, 800 pages and put them in order of how people come to your website and what they're doing on your website. So you see the first is this home page, that's this little slash, and then we have 90% of the people are coming in to the home page. And then everything underneath that is secondary and tertiary. Well, we can manipulate and redesign the website to give your audience exactly what they're looking for. So let's take a look at it. We're on the home page of Community First Credit Union, which is here. Then, personal banking is the first thing that people go to after that. We'll notice 2 things on the website that they're showing that cater to their audience. First, we have the radial button already set to personal banking, ready for you. The next, if you're not a member, the very first thing that your eye is going to move towards is personal banking. The next is personal banking online, and then business banking. Again, just one click away, one click away. Using Google Analytics can give you a better idea of what people want on your website, and then you can structure the website to flow to give people a better experience. All right, I'm going to slow down for a hot minute. Google Analytics, again, it's free. You plug the code in the back end of your website, and pretty much the second later, whoever shows up, you can track. And this was all at a very high level. You can drill down and drill down and drill down like you would not believe. But what it gives you the opportunity to understand is who's my audience? How did they find my website? Did they come in through Yellow Pages or Facebook or direct traffic? You can understand all of that. What are they looking for? And then where did they go? Did they go to the contact page? Did they go to the maps page? Did they go to the services page? So understanding the story of Google Analytics helps you tremendously for this next piece, and it's advertising. So I pulled a screenshot to go over 2 different kinds of advertising that Community First Credit Union is running. And this is for HELOC. Sorry, Roger, what does HELOC mean?
Home equity line of credit. Home equity line of credit.
Home equity line of credit. I don't know what that is. Sorry, I'm the marketer. I bring people there. The HELOC display and the HELOC search are 2 different paid advertising structures that are running for Community First Credit Union. What we're able to see is how many people come in through each of these different kinds of advertising, but more importantly, we can actually look at, this says goal conversion rate. So we can find out through HELOC display, we brought in 8,300 people in Q1 of 2015, and of that, we had a goal conversion rate of 3.86%. Almost 4% of the people who came in, it's really high. That's really very, very good. So it's all right, let's keep running display. Maybe we should shift some more budget into it. But even better, HELOC search has brought less people, but it's converting at 35% rate. It's unbelievable. So what we really would like to look at here is start drilling this down. Are they seeing the display ads so much that by the time they finally want to make a move, they Google it again, Community First Credit Union signs up, they know what a HELOC is, they know what rates they should be expecting, they're ready to make their move, they click on this ad and do it here. Things can work together and can be combined to tell that story of your website. Then what you can do is set up different goals. So you saw 2 goal conversions or 2 goal setups that we can make. You could do, if you have a newsletter contact form, you can set that up as a conversion. If you want more people to look at your services, you can set that up as a conversion. So we have here mortgages, mortgage applications, credit card applications, personal loans. Then we can take the entire goal completions, 314,801, and divide that by money spent, and then find out exactly what one customer costs to get. Again, giving you fantastic leverage over people at Yellow Pages and Jacksonville.com when you know it costs $32 for me to get one lead and I close 10% of all leads that I get. You can start backing out the basic math. I don't have the formula in the book, but I have a scenario that goes over the numbers in a plain and simple way for you to better understand. If I get this many people to the website, and I spend this much money, and I convert this many, I can make this much money. Maybe I should double this up and see if I can double this up too. So I know that was a lot of information, but again, it was very, very high level to show you what this free tool can do to plug Google Analytics into your website and help you understand your true return on investment. So I know a lot of you aren't going to just go back and set this up all by yourself. You might be able to. If you have a website, hopefully you have somebody who you can call. If you do, the first thing you need to do is set up a Gmail account, a separate Gmail account, not yours, because if you ever have to hand that over to a third party, you don't want them in your Google account. Set up a separate Gmail account. From there, go to google.com/analytics. You can copy this code, plug it into your website, and the second that you push save and update, you're tracking people. And it's a fantastic way to better understand your audience online.